But everybody needs support in a Karate Kid movie, and luckily there's a good supporting cast to show it. I guess we should start with the mothers, as they probably play the biggest role next to the main heroes and villains. The one in the original is pretty cool. She's loving, but also has a tough, no-nonsense attitude.
What's with the karate place?
No, it sucks.
Good, because we probably couldn't afford it anyway.
You can tell she's from Jersey, and she definitely shows the stronger sides of it. Very frank and loud, but also very honest and giving.
Fighting doesn't solve anything.
Oh, well, neither does palm trees, Ma. Fair coming out here without asking me how I felt about it, right? That was really fair.
You're right. I should have asked.
You can definitely tell these two are mother and son and get along really well. The mother in the new film is not as strong. I mean, sure, she's loving and caring, but at times, she sort of seems like an airhead. She's always either screaming for joy over little things or nagging her son to hang her coat up.
For the 100th time, can you please pick up your jacket?
1 second, Mom.
No! Come pick it up now! God, how many times do I have to ask you? I'm sorry, what was that?
Nothing.
Okay, just what I thought, nothing.
I'm probably being too harsh on her, but I guess in comparing her to the other mother, she just doesn't seem as supportive. How about the girlfriend? They're both supportive in the generic movie girlfriend sort of way. Both are nice and want to see their boys do well. I guess if I had to choose though, I'd probably go with the original. Again, probably the age thing, as little children don't have much control over what their parents say. But even when the original is forced to be with the bully she doesn't like, she gives him a good punch in the jaw. This one mostly just looks sad in the corner. So I guess logically the advantage has to be given to her. How about the other supporting cast? That's about it. I mean, you have some brief characters, but they disappear pretty fast, and all the other important people are, well, dead. So I guess it's just the girlfriend and the mother. And seeing how I like both from the original, I guess the point goes to the old. Huh, that was easy.
What do you want me to do?
Wax on.
Once again, it's all tied up, and it comes down to the most important factor, the story. Of course, the original is the classic coming-of-age sports movie, and the remake does well to keep faithful to the material while still adding some new twists. But are the new twists better than the original, or are they just messing up a classic? First of all, let's look at the biggest flaw. The fact that the original teaches karate and the remake teaches kung fu. Well then why the hell isn't it called the Kung Fu Kid? You're calling it karate even though karate has nothing to do with it. It's like calling a movie Brazil when it has nothing to do with Brazil. Okay, bad example. But the point remains. If it's called Karate Kid, you better show some freaking karate. Kung Fu's awesome, but it's just misleading. How about the fact that it's in China and not in the Valley? Well, aside from the fish out of water story having a bigger impact seeing how it's further across the world, it does allow for a lot of pretty imagery, and on top of that, when you hear about the origins of Kung Fu, it is nice to actually see the origins of Kung Fu. What about the relationship between the student and teacher? Both do very well in showing the friendship, and you can feel the bond is very strong with both of them. Like I said before though, both films talk about balance, and in the new movie, there seems to be a lot more of that going on. The student helps the teacher through his problems just as much as the teacher helps the student. This also works with that clever metaphor with the woman controlling the snake. Is she controlling the snake? Is the snake controlling her? Or are they working as one? This comes back again when Chan and Smith are working with each other after he beats the car. It's pretty cleverly handled. Speaking of which, let's talk about that big final fight scene. In the new film, Smith uses the understanding of his enemy to his advantage, using the elements of control and being one to ultimately win the battle. That's both psychology and physical force that wins the day. In the original, it's said that there's a move you can do where, if done right, no one can block it.
Called crane technique.
Does it work?
If do right, no can defense.
Bullshit. That's a jump kick, and it's very easy to block. And even if you take that out of it, you feel like the kid understood both the philosophy and the technique of Kung Fu much more with this ending than you did with the original. I mean, it's there, but it's not as prominent or clever as the remake. You feel like this kid got it more than Daniel did. But the big deciding point for me was this. I realized that the few things that don't work in the new Karate Kid are because they had to carry it over from the original Karate Kid. The typical bullies, the over-the-top villains, the keeping the lovebirds apart just so they can get back together again. If you took these cliches out and just made it about a kid who wanted to understand kung fu from a wise master while also adjusting to his social life, this probably would have been a stronger movie. I mean, it's good, but it would have been better. It's the cliches of the original that holds it back. And while the cliches of the original are great and fun to laugh at, they are still very overused cliches, even for back then. At times, the original is so good it almost seems real. A lot of the conversations they have seem very warm and out of everyday life. But at the same time, you have those incredibly overused characters and movie moments that constantly suck you out of that reality. While they're entertaining, they're still distracting. The new film knows it's a movie. It never tries to be real life. Because of that, it never oversteps its bounds. It keeps the balance much better. So, by definition, the new film must be the superior picture. It knows more what it is and what it's trying to accomplish. There's certainly a passion to the original that the new film never quite meets as strongly. But it's still jumbled with over-the-top scenes that, frankly, makes it inconsistent. This film is consistent. It picks a tone, it tells a story, and it does it very well. Even though the original will still most likely remain the best known, it's this film that seems more carefully put together. And when you get down to it, it's the better movie. So the winner, by just a little bit, is the new Karate Kid, the superior film.
Oh, bullshit. I'm going home, man.
Attitude.
So thanks for joining me. I hope you had a lot of fun, and... oh, excuse me. I have quite a few Karate Kid cartoons to catch up with. Karate Kid!
I like that.
Mercy's a penis!